Hello everybody and welcome to my Sephora sale haul. I've been wanting to put this up a lot sooner, but I kept making tiny orders and having to wait for things to come in the mail. And finally everything came in the mail today. So I did film with a lot of these products. This is the look I made. It should be up soon. I have one video going up that I have planned and it's a very fun collab, so be on the lookout for that. But I will be posting this look soon. I'm very, very happy with it though, and I will tell you what's on my face as we go, but I'm seriously loving everything I got. I did buy more things than I had wanted, and I acknowledge that this is a bit of a large haul. Definitely not the biggest that I've seen, but I would say for a normal person, this is a lot of stuff to be buying, and I acknowledge that. This is a lot for me to buy. This is the biggest Sephora haul I've ever had, but I did stay within my budget. I wanted to spend less than 200, around 100, which I did spend a little bit more. I want to say, like, I don't know, the details don't matter, and I don't need to justify myself because at the end of the day it is my money. But I did have a lot of gift cards and things like that, and I spent within my budget. I just ended up purchasing more items than I thought, but I literally don't regret anything. And a lot of the things, and half of the things here are things I actually like needed in my collection, and then there are a few things that I just got for fun. So I do make money from YouTube, and I put my money from that a lot of the times towards makeup. I need to start saving it more, but I feel fine. I feel fine about it because I know I will be financially okay. I don't need to justify myself, but I do budget. I make sure my finances in order, and because of YouTube I'm able to buy this much stuff, but I know it's not reasonable for everyone, so we're not going to judge here, okay? Okay, if you're going to judge my large haul, then please don't watch this video. But let's just get into it because I've been posting a lot of long videos lately. So the first thing is the most boring thing, but I saw Kaki talk about this in her Sephora something video, and I was like, okay, yes, I need that, because if you are new to this channel, I have a very, very, very strong fragrance sensitivity, not in like my skin reacting or breaking out or anything like that. In me smelling it, it really affects like my throat. It closes my throat up, like if you have a pollen allergy or something like that. So I have been struggling with finding a deodorant that doesn't smell. Now I have been using the native one in vanilla, no, not vanilla, coconut. And that one doesn't really irritate me because it's not a super strong smell, but anything on my body that is smelly is going to be a little bit harmful to me. So I was just like, you know, I can't really find anything at the store that is fragrance free that I can use. So I went ahead and picked up the Kosas Sport Chemistry deodorant. It isn't aluminum based, it's AHA based. So unlike the native one, which I still find works for me, I'm not a super sweaty person, this one will actually have properties that instead of masking the smell, it will actually do something because it has AHA. So the bottle is looking very bright, but it's just a cream bottle. They have one of these in a fragranced one, but this one is fragrance free. I used it for the first time today. It is a liquid and like a roller ball, which isn't my favorite form of application, but Kaki said it really works for her and it's been lasting her a long time. And it's fragrance free, and it's only like $15 before the sale, which is a lot for a deodorant, but for something that is from Sephora and also is pretty big, I was really happy with that price, especially with the sale. So I did pick that one up. I know I will use this one probably more than any of the products in here. Also from Kosas, I actually got a lot of Kosas for them not being my favorite brand, but I got their brow launch, which they have a really great shade variety in this brow launch. Like they have a gray, which I've never seen from a brow company come out with a gray color. They have a ton of different browns, so I didn't pick my perfect shade, but I have been really enjoying them. First is the Brow Pop, which, look at this packaging, it just looks so cool. It is like a triangle shape, which I don't normally like, but it is very, very, very skinny. So it's like a teardrop skinny shape. It's nothing like the Benefit or the Coast or the Nude Sticks ones, which are a thick pencil. This is still very thin, and I've been really liking it. It's not too creamy where it just gets everywhere and wipes right off, but it's not so firm that you really have to dig at your skin to get it on. You can easily like just tap a little bit and it gets the perfect amount of product, and it has a spoolie on the end, which I really enjoy. I got the shade Soft Brown, which is a little bit warm for me, but it ends up looking fine on my brows, I think. I also got Soft Brown in the Air Brow, which is my favorite of the things I picked up. I've been using both of these for about a week, and I really like it. It has like a pearlescent in the formula. I don't know if you can see. It's not like a shimmery glittery thing, but it just makes it so that way in the light it isn't a super matte or a super glossy finish, but it adds a little bit of like, it looks like brow hair on your brows. So this is more of like a fiber gel, and I find it looks really natural, and it's not too wet, which is what I love about it. Like when you take it out, it's the stopper and the combination of the formula where the brush isn't covered in brow gel, which like the Glossier one is always so covered in gel that it just makes a mess on my brows. This one is the only brow gel I've ever used where I don't have to wipe off the formula before going on my brows, and it still doesn't get on my skin. I didn't clean up anything on my brows today, and this is what I'm wearing, not the pencil, and I didn't wipe up anything. I didn't wipe off the brow thing, and it's not too dry, but it is more on the dry side, which I really like. And then I also got the clear one, which I only tried out for the first time today. My boyfriend said it looks like a bubble, which I just think is really cute now. It's the Air Brow, and I think the packaging on these is so cool, especially like these. It has, well, they all actually have Kosas, like you can feel it, which I think is really good. I don't know, if you need to feel things, you can really feel when it's closed, because you can feel when this part is lined up with each other. And yeah, so far the clear feels nice. Apparently the clear has the best hold, which is, I didn't really need the clear one because I really just go in with a pigmented one, but I figured the clear and the pencil would be nice together, or what I did today was layer these two to add a little bit of hold. I don't really have a ton of problems with hold. I just like to fill in a little bit on my tails, but so far I've been really enjoying them. I think out of all of these, I would most likely repurchase the Air Brow. And then I also got the Cloud Set powder because, like I mentioned in my wish list, I needed a new pressed powder because the one that I'm using, which is the Bite one, is almost gone. I wanted the LYS one, but that one is still out of stock, so I decided to get this one because of Jamie Page. I got the shade Breezy, which I'm wearing all over my face today, and it's not too dark on me. Like I said in the try-on haul, it didn't like blow my mind completely, which Jamie made it sound like I would use it and instantly like cry at how good my skin looks. And my skin looks really good. Like there's no emphasis on dryness. It doesn't even look like or feel like I'm wearing a powder at all. And I went pretty ham with the powder, and it still doesn't feel like I'm wearing powder, yet it still sets everything, and it kind of blurs my skin, softens my skin, smooths it out. And on my under eyes, it is not too dry, which I really struggle with finding a powder that doesn't look heavy or dry on my under eyes, and this has been really good. I'm not sure if I would repurchase it yet, but so far it's my favorite all-around powder for my face and my under eyes because it still sets my face well enough but doesn't dry out my under eyes, which is really hard to find for me. So really enjoying this powder so far, and it's also a really great shade range of the powder. I think it's over 10 shades or something like that, so I think everyone could find something. It isn't translucent, but it's pretty sheer, so I think you could go between a few shades. I think I could have definitely gotten the lightest one and been okay with it, but I think this was a good shade for me. This is the second lightest. I also got the Dior Forever Skin Perfect Concealer. This one I talked about in my wishlist video. This is something I needed because my Kosas concealer is almost out and I would like to replace it, so I went ahead and got this one because Kyla really enjoyed it. This is in the shade 0N. I also tried the shade 1N, but it was a bit too peachy and dark for me, and I used this one for the first time today, and so far I really like the shade. I don't think my under eyes are too bright or around my skin, so I think this is a good shade for me. I know it's more neutral, but 1N looked more peachy and this one leans more true neutral, and I have olive undertones and this one works a lot better for me, so I'm very happy that I ended up getting this one because even though I actually have 1N right here, you can see that this one is a lot darker, but it also just looks a lot peachier, and compared to it, 1N looks a lot more like yellowy olive toned, which is what I needed. So really happy with this shade, and this concealer is so good. I talk about it more in the try on video, but It's hydrating without looking super hydrating and dewy, which the Kosas one could look like that. I still really enjoy that concealer, but this one looks a lot like skin. I'm wearing it on my under eyes and it's not drying at all, which I can never find with under eye stuff, is because I get such bad dryness, and this one doesn't look dry at all, but it still doesn't give me like a oily look on my under eyes. So I really like this. It's more like a medium coverage, and it's also a huge bottle, and I don't know, I really like it. I don't regret this decision at all, because I think this is my new favorite concealer, and Kyla did not lead me astray. Okay, this product we all knew I was going to buy. I already posted about it on Instagram, so it's not a shock to some of you. I love the formula of this, but the blush version. And as soon as I saw this, I was like, okay, I'm getting that during the sale. Like, I don't even want to wait for a review. And it's the Patrick Ta Cream Contour and Powder Bronzer Duo. I think a lot of people got this during the sale. I saw Jamie Page got it, Julia Adams got it. I got the shade She Statuesque, which is the lightest shade, and I am happy with the shade. I think I could have made the medium work, but I like this one. I'm very fair. And the contour looks like it'd be pretty cool, but on the skin, you'll see in the video, it's more neutral on me. And it still adds a contour without being gray, and it looks very natural. And then the powder is very, very sheer, which I actually like, because I always wear creams, and then if I wear a powder on top, if it's too pigmented, it's just gonna make me look too bronzy and dark. And I really enjoy this duo. I mean, it's bigger than the blushes I'll show you. They still both have the same amount of product. Oh no, this one actually has a little bit more. So the cream and the blush has 6 grams and the contour has 6.8 grams. And then the powder on here is 4 grams and the powder on the bronzer is 9 grams. So that's actually a lot more than I thought. This is the size difference. So as you can see, it's a lot bigger, which I also think is nice because you can easily tell what you're grabbing for. And I've been really enjoying the formula of this. If you like something really sheer and subtle, I think you'll like this. But if you want something super bold and bronzy, I would say either get a shade up or just pass on this, because it is a very sheer and natural looking product. But me personally, this is perfection, and I'm so glad to have this because it's what I want in a bronzer. And I like that I have both in one, because a lot of the times I will layer a cream and a powder bronzer, and now I just have it in one compact instead of having to have 2 different things, which isn't that big of a deal, but I do like having them together. Next, I'll talk about the cheek products that I got, since we already talked about the bronzer. I didn't mention this in my wish list video, but these are actually the things that I wanted the most from the sale, and it's the Melt Cream Blush Lights. And originally I was like, I want Lynx the most. I want Lynx so badly because it looks amazing on khaki. And it's so unique of a shade. And then I was like, well, Tower 28 came out with their new Bronzinos, and on Sephora's website, they looked super similar to Lynx. So I decided to get Polished instead, because I knew I wanted a shimmer formula. I've been wearing this one a ton. I've worn it all week. I've had this one for about a week. It's the more shimmery formula, but on the skin, it doesn't look glittery, just a little bit glowy. And it's the perfect, like, grapefruit color. It's a really nice, thin formula, and like almost like an oily formula. So I think it doesn't set down, but it sits on the skin very nicely, and it's a very nice pink shade. I didn't realize that I would like this so much, because compared to my other pink blushes, it's a little bit more of a deeper pink and less of a vibrant pink, and it just looks really pretty. Grapefruit is the perfect way to describe it, and it looks like my perfect natural flush. Oh no, I got a little thing in there, but I did film with this. I don't know if I'll end up posting that video. It's like a full face of cream / a monochromatic look. I don't know if I'll post it since I haven't been liking a lot of the videos that I've been filming, but I love this blush. This is like my perfect everyday blush, because it really looks like how my skin looks when I blush. So I've been loving it. I've been loving the formula, and then I was like, you know what? Screw it. It's the sale. I want to treat myself, and I know I'm really gonna like Lynx, so I did end up purchasing it, even though I think I'm getting the Tower 28 Bronzinos in PR. But I was like, you know, they're different formulas, and I just wanted it, so I went ahead and got Lynx. It looks a lot less golden in real life than it did on Sephora. On Sephora's website, it looks straight up like gold, and in real life it looks a little bit more browny orange, but the shimmer in it is more golden. It's such a thin formula to swatch. but this is what this one looks like. These shades are so pretty together too. Maybe Lynx would be nice as like a bronzery shade, but it's definitely more like orangey. I'm wearing it on my cheeks today. It's like a sun-kissed color without being too red and sun-kissed. I know Sundown is a really popular shade, and it's also pretty similar to this one, I think. It's just a little bit more sun-kissed and red-toned, but I just really wanted Lynx. It's just so pretty, and I'm excited to keep trying that one out. And then these are all just like the last three things, all things that I didn't think I was going to get, but I did pick up some Smashbox Always On Cream eyeshadows, and I don't like liquid eyeshadows, and I didn't think I would get these, but the more I saw things about them, I decided to try one out. So I ordered Guava, and I fell in love with this eyeshadow. It shears out really nicely, and it's not too vibrant of a pink, and it shears out a ton. If you want a super sheer wash, it can look like a barely noticeable shade. So easy to apply, especially with the Rare Beauty eyeshadow brush, and I just love it all over the lid for a very, very like natural eyeshadow look. And the shade is very nice. It's not as bright or like summery pigmented as I thought. You can definitely build it up, but it's still very natural. And then because I liked that one so much, I decided to pick up Grayish, which I was worried would be a little bit too gray. I haven't worn this on the eyes, but I think it is going to be a really pretty color. Like, you can do really pigmented for like a smoky eye, but I wanted to see if I would like it as a very sheared out brownie color. So that's what it looks like. I think as you blend it out, it looks a little bit more brown and less gray. So I think that'll be really pretty on the eyes. I think this will bring out colored eyes really well, and I have green eyes, so I think it'll look very pretty. You can still keep it this pigmented, of course, but I really like to shear them out. They do dry pretty quickly. Like, once you start shearing them out, they will start to dry because they're almost like a velvety cream. They're not super wet, which I think makes them easier to work with, but just know that if you want to shear them out, just start shearing them out because they are going to set pretty easily, which I think is nice because they will last all day. You can use them as a base under powder eyeshadow or anything like that, but they will dry. And then the last thing was a last minute. I bought this on the last day of the sale. I talked about this in the try-on video, but I didn't think I would get this, but I decided to get it because I kept seeing pictures of it and I kept thinking, you know, that could be a really perfect everyday palette because it's not as colorful or bold as I thought. It's the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde. It's just so pretty. I'm so glad I got this because it was on sale and then went 20% off. And it's a lot lighter than I thought it would be. Super perfect for my fair skin. It's colorful, but it's still super wearable, especially if you just cover up these dark shades at the top. It's my perfect pinky brown palette. And I'm wearing some of these shades today, obviously like a very sheer amount, but I'm really, really happy with this purchase. It's such a beautiful and inspiring palette, and I don't feel overwhelmed. I don't feel like I have to do a dramatic look with this because it is so light. I don't think it is great for darker skin tones, but it is just so pretty to find like 2 or 3 mattes and then put a really pretty shimmer on the lid. And so far, these shimmers are really soft, which you do have to be careful with them not to like shatter them or anything, but super soft and easy to shear out, almost like a cream eyeshadow, like a ColourPop Super Shock shadow. So I'm really happy with this purchase, and that was the last thing I bought during the Sephora sale. But I truly don't regret anything. Really, half of it was stuff that I kind of needed. Like, I hit pan on my Fenty bronzer, so I felt like I could get a new one. And then like the blushes and the eyeshadow stuff were just fun stuff. And you know, I just needed some fun stuff. It's been a hard year and a busy semester, and I'm not using it as an excuse to spend my money, but I really needed it, and I really enjoy everything I got. So let me know what you got in the Sephora sale and what you're enjoying. If you were disappointed about anything or anything like that, I will be posting this look soon, so be on the lookout for that. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.